we're in it to win it. We're in it to prove ourselves something. And that's all I'm worried about. I think I can prove what I want real simply. I'm going to use this meter. Flip 21. Oh, might need a new battery. That's a 9 volt. Bit weak. That's right. I'll just try it. Let's see. Oh, it's like, what smells? I was like, oh yeah. It's just my thingamabob there. Okay. I should probably use the exact same setup for both of these. This is the wrong way. Do I have another one of those other ones? Guess not. So I'm going to use actually, oh yeah, that's okay. Okay, I'd rather do that anyway. So I'm going to use this one. Let's put that back. I'm going to use this one here. And that will allow us to just drop this on here like so. And so. This cap's going to be great for this experiment. It's got low, big time low SCR. I was going to use these big boys, but they're still charged up. Oh well, we'll be alright. Let's pitch them in there. I do need some diodes. Go ahead and use that bad boy. I kind of do and I kind of don't want to use this rodent coil. I don't want to confuse people, but at the exact same time it works, so I guess I'll use it. Hot, be careful. This coil might not even work the way I think, so we'll find out. Oh, yeah. Oops. That's it. God, I love my tools. I love my tools. I like how the camera makes this look like this. It looks completely like a different shape. It's kind of funny. Alright, we're gonna try this with a couple different things here. Shoebus is in, Shoebus is out. Let's see, I better not touch that. Why is that flickering? Okay, so I'm going to put a straight lead. Do I have any? Yeah, this one. Right? No. Let's grab that one right there is what I want. That one will do the trick. This one will do the trick. It doesn't matter. I guess I have to pull them all out, find the one I want. Man, I haven't been in here in so long. This is just so nice. You kind of forget what you have till you want to use it, and then you're like, man, I'm so glad I have that, whatever that is for you. Right now it's a mess of wires. I'll fix that later. I just need one of these cables. So the positive, negative, okay. So that should give me 80 volts. I'd love to have 100, but hey, she only asked for so much. Oh, I'm going to have to pull this off though. I'm going to get it off in my drafts. Okay, well. That's amazing. These are gold-plated terminals, and they're like completely brand new and shiny looking. Shoot, how do I plug? Here, let's use this one. These work. This one can go back. Huh. I need like open-ended terminal connectors. These are not that style. So we'll use these. These are a bit funky, homemade jobbies. I'm discovering some very interesting rotations in my new design. Very handy to have magnetic rotations. Yeah, it'd actually be pretty interesting to prove some of this stuff. Alright, here we go. This should be approximately 80 volts. Boom! 80, 81. Let's see, how fast does it drain? Okay, not too bad. Let's turn it all the way up. I might turn the current way down. We'll go ahead and short this out real quick. This will be fun, won't it? There's a lot of stored potential. It's going to be pretty loud. Not too bad. So what I want to do is, I think if I turn, turn the current limiting down and power supply to almost nothing, it won't be so volatile. Yeah, okay. Still very volatile. Okay. Alright. So actually I do want the soldering iron. I'm gonna go ahead and solder these two together just to make life easy. I also need to get out my oscilloscope. I need some metal. There's some metal. Alright, I'll short it out for the next phase. Okay. I need to get some more of these caps. These are really nice. I probably got these out of some piece of equipment. Surge protectors or something. Oh, let me solder. Some old stuff here. get all my probe leaves on there. I'll go ahead and stick these straight out too, just to make life easy. Yeah, I need to find some of these on the internet. Order a bunch of them. These are great. The other ones I have, they're really tiny. They lose their charge like balls. Gone! Alright. Oh, my scope. I'm so happy to have this back. My buddy Russ borrowed it for over 2 years. Almost. Let's see what's left of it. Should work alright still. I haven't plugged it in since I got it back. That reminds me, I do need to plug it in, I guess. Should be fine. Plug this in up here. I'm gonna put it on the bench. Make it easier for me and what I'm doing. Oh, me scope. Hi. I love you. A beautiful red scope. I like that Tektronix, but it's not mine. This one's mine. Alright, well, I can throw this back up here since I'm not using it, huh? Oh, but I want the light. Ugh. I'll put all these back in. Probe. 2 probe. This is the high voltage probe. This piece of equipment. I don't really like it plugged in right here though, but I'm not going to be able to lay it flat with it plugged in. Fan on! Oh. Flip it this way. Alright, well. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look how... Oh! Love this thing. We're going to throw this back here. That way you can kind of see it. Really, it doesn't need to be on the bench, but I like it there. So we have blue and yellow, which is actually like green. Well, actually it is blue. Oh! Careful now. Alright, this one's on ×1. This one's on ×1. We don't care, I should do a quick calibration. So let's do that. Ooh, that one's terribly off. Well, maybe it's not, it's just I'm so far in. That's the blue one, I need a Phillips. not turning it. Let's try a flathead. Get in there with this guy. Huh. I don't know what to think about that. Oh, has to be there. Maybe it's not supposed to attach to the ground. Oh, strange. Whatever. It's not gonna hurt anything for what we're doing. Let's check the other channel and make sure it works. That one. Guess they're both about as bad, but let's try adjusting this one. I just want to see if it is working as well. Huh. Maybe I should watch the oh. Well, fine by me. Alright, first of all, this is a huge mess. I would like maybe this to be over in the corner a little bit more. Kind of out of the way. I have loads of reflections, so I like... Oh, now you can't see it. Oh, okay. Let's push it into the back of the bench. Put something under the front so it doesn't fall over. Sure, shove a meter under there. Okay. How's that? You guys can... not really see it. Let's turn these lights off too. Ooh, it's cozy in here. It's too dark for me though. I kind of like a little light. So I'm going to turn these back on. So we're going to try to get all this out of the way. See, this power cable is going to drive me a bit crazy. Oh! Careful now, there's 45 in here. It's going to blow up if we ain't careful. Put that back on there. That girl's holding my bullet. Okay. This is out of the way enough. And this little wire can just be away. And these wires can be pulled off to the side. Make some room. Okay, solder I will actually be using. Okay. Let's do this. Blue. Let's gonna blow up after all. Okay. Uh-oh. Need the scope end. Okay, should be good. So here's what we're gonna do. Scope. 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 Now, I'm gonna sit down. Oh, I can't see anything. I just noticed no 3D prints in like weeks. Actually, I've been 3D printing a lot of QSNs. I just haven't been streaming them because every time I do, you're like, "Oh, I seen one QSN. I've seen them all," except for the one that blows up and makes a giant mess. You know, those are the ones to catch. All right, I gotta remember how to use my own scope. Oh wow, it's going backwards. It's been a while, but it should be fairly straightforward. Cursor, I want amplitude. Oh, they're up there in the corner. Okay, so let's go ahead and put channel 2. Invert is off. DC coupled. Probe is ×1. Probe 1. Invert is off. Push to 0, right? Yeah, okay. So zeroed. The trigger actually just poop, right? Oh. Okay. Cursor. How do I pick? Oh, that's kind of strange, isn't it? Okay. Oh. Okay. Here's our diode, which we will be soldering in a minute. Here's our coil, which we will also be soldering in a minute. I do want to know the resistance of this coil. Don't actually remember. I thought it was around 5 ohms or something. Oh, they're all in parallel. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, sweet. Okay, 0.5. Amazing. Okay, now I don't know if this coil is going to work for what I want, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a left side on the left side, ground on the ground, right side on the right side, ground on the ground. Boop. Okay. Voltage, DC volts. We can leave them here, I guess. You guys probably can't read them. I should probably set up the other camera. I will set up the other camera as a waste of experimentation for streaming anyway. So I'm going to put this camera here. And I'll do my best. Properties, configure, focus. Looks like I cannot zoom. I can leave it this big, right? That would get you closer. I guess I could sit these on a box. That's the only way I could get you closer. And then later I can move them. So I'm going to put these maybe like that. Alright. So, I'm going to do a few things, but I'm going to go ahead and solder this in here. So it's going to be positive flowing that way. Dang it. I'm going to take my probes off. I always melt everything. Yeah, okay. I do want to solder a huge heavy gauge wire on here. Something that's big. That'll do the trick. If the probe tips stick really well, if they're not made for the probe, yeah. My buddy Russ, he had lost one, so he bought one, and it looks identical to the other one, but I don't know if it's different, but it's okay. He did buy one to replace it, so that was nice. So to make my life easier, I can do one of two things. I can either solder this end of the coil to here or to there. I think I'm going to solder it to here. Oh yeah, I don't need that wire still. Okay. So let's just do that. Perfect. On the other side, I could add a switch, but I don't know if I have any. It'll handle. Well, I'll destroy it. Is what'll happen if I'm not careful. Okay. Solder this on here. I think I'm going to solder this on there anyway. I'm going to put it this way. Okay. Boop. Okay. I don't know what to expect because I don't really know what to expect out of this coil. Should work though. Actually, it'll work better at different voltages, right? So let's just start out with like half the voltage I'm going to work at. Actually, even less. We're going to do only 20 volts. Or thereabouts. So There it is. Volts over here. I need to turn that down. This seems to not make good connection. Make sure these make a good connection. Okay. Now I'm going to short the capacitors to themselves. Do that again. Oops. Okay, now they're both at 20. Need to get me a shorting lead. Okay, so 20. I'm going to turn them up a little bit. So I actually want to do this at 20. So down, down, down. So like 8 point something and 8 point something. Alright, it's fine. So now we're going to do that same test but through the coil this time. That was a good transfer. That was a really great transfer. So let's go ahead and just do our maximum voltage. It's so much easier to see what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and put these on times 10 attenuation so I don't break anything. Charge it up. Big charge. Both on 50 volt scales. Discharge this one. I'm going to do a dead short test first. So here's what I'm going to do. That, pause that. Oh, why didn't we? Oh, strange. Was that not discharged? Wait, what was this one? Into the yellow. Yellow's this one. Oh! Something that wasn't reading the whole time or something. I need to sit down. Okay. Oh. Sorry. Turn the soldering iron off so I don't forget. So look, let's just measure this real quick, right? Cursor. Zero. About 52 volts, so I'll put these back on times 1. Well, maybe not. This is, I can't get that much in the screen. Maybe I'll lower my voltage. Let's do that. Let's do this again. Let's run this. This time I'm gonna bring my voltage down to where it's working. There we go. This one's still sitting high, is it? There we go. So now I'm going to, I'll just bump this up a tiny bit. I'm gonna be able to see it. Actually, I can see it, I just need to move this down. Because I'm not going negative. Now I can turn this all the way up and it's still fine. So let's go ahead and measure this. Okay, confirm that it's basically the same as that one. Okay, and we're going to do it again. So let's take this off. Okay, it's discharging. Boop. Stop. Didn't transfer as much as I would like, which means I probably need to use a different coil. So about 56 volts in that one. Wait. $56 volts in the right one. That's the secondary cap. I need to measure this one from the ground to here. Alright. So plus our 23 gives us our starting voltage of 79. I probably need a better inductor for this. Let's actually try this one. Oops. Turn this off. Problem is, do you have a series by filer? Yeah, I do, actually. I'm not interested in showing some exotic result of that. I just want an inductor that... See, this has an iron core on the back. So I'm just going to try that one real quick. I actually rather use just a standard boring coil rather than these exotic coils. So I'm not trying to prove anything with the coil. I don't care about the coil at this moment in time. So let's get rid of this fancy thing. Yeah. Not really want to solder this, but I think I will. Crappy connection. Yeah, regular solenoid is what I would like to use. Try this coil real quick, Because actually, I was trying to use the other ones I know work with the rodent coil, but it did not work. So, zero that out. Give that one a go. Alright. And bang. So that was better. Right, so we dropped all the way down to 14. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find... Oops. That'll break this soldering iron. I'm going to go ahead and use... Well... I'll try one of these just for you, since you brought it up. They're all just sitting right here. Why not use them, huh? Series wound by fiber. Let's use this one. It's a big boy. Number 5. Alright. So right now they're in series mode. I guess I should solder. I will solder the end of this one. Oh yeah, well that's true. Well, this will prove its point. We're going to find out right now. I'm just demonstrating the error scenario. I wanted to do it with capacitors to show people how this works. Alright, there's 80 volts. Until we get on the scope there. And boom! About the same result. So, actually worse. I think the iron helps if it's set up right. I needed to produce a bigger magnetic field so it transfers better. These air coils won't quite do what I want. But let's see, we have a difference of 19 volt. And a voltage here of about 61. So 61 plus, what do we say? 19? About 80 volt. Let's see, these are both set at 0, so that's approximately, we started about 80 volt. Not the same winding ratio. So look, let me just see if I have a coil around here. Just half a transformer would even work. What else do I have? I have this. Actually, that's too high of resistance. I want to use that one. What do I have in this shop? Inductors. Huge thing of capacitors. Huge thing of wire and crap. Oh, that's where some of those capacitors went. I don't have... What do I have? I just have these exotic coils. What I do have, though, is a giant spool of wire. You know, actually, that might work. It's got a higher resistance, but hey, let's give it a shot. How about that? God. Actually, this would probably work better than I'm expecting right now. I'm not even going to untwist this. This is going to produce a hell of a magnetic field. And that's what I want. I can even stick some iron here. Okay. I'm out of solder. I was using some scraps. I didn't want this resistance, so I wanted to prove that the resistance, the way I had it, was okay. That's alright. Dang, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna produce a huge magnetic field. This will be fun. I'm actually quite excited about this one. Alright, let's short out this cap. Boop. Charge this one. Boop. I think I can reach these two. Alright, run this. This is gonna work, actually. I can already tell you that. Don't forget the soft blow hammer, too. Here we go. See, it's too high resistance. It's a great coil, but it's too high of resistance. So it had transferred a lot more, or did it? Yeah, transferred a little bit more. I need one of these spools with heavy gauge wire. This is 18. Got a tiny bit less. Resistance. I can't really put an iron core in that one. These spools don't have quite enough. There's not that much wire on this guy. This might do alright. I can try sticking a core in there. So it does need to match. Of course it needs to match, and that's something I wanted to play with tonight real quick. I wanted to see if I had anything that would do the transfer. Now these capacitors are a bit big, so that's part of it. I could go with a lot smaller capacitor, but it self-discharges is really fast, and I was kind of trying to avoid that, but maybe that actually needs to be smaller. I can't get the transfer. I scraped this, did I not? It is not wanting to stick. There we go. Got a bite. Alright, let's do it again. That was much better. Look at that. Or was it? Yeah, it was a little better. Almost 70 volts. And I started with 80. So I only lost 10 volts. So now let's try sticking. Let's just try sticking an iron bar in there. I have something that will fit in there. Oh, perfect. Matter of fact, let's stick these in these holes too. That'll bring it up a lot. Big boy inductances. So let's see how much a difference that makes. How much you think? Let's discharge this one. Charge up this one. Run this guy. 8 volt left. Alright. Here we go. Boom! Oh, did we make it worse? We made it worse. That's cool. We actually did make it worse, so that kind of makes me think I was in the right path thinking we'd probably change the inductance the wrong way. Okay. But I do want to measure this real quick. Oh yeah. Okay, so now we're going to try it. So that was about 64. So now we're going to try it again. This time just 1. And then we're going to lower the voltage, because that might make a big difference. Okay, here we go. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, so put this back. And what I need is low resistance. That's the 10 volt transfer that I'm not getting is for the resistance. But I need a big coil with a lot of wire with low resistance. You know, I probably, in the other shed, I probably have a giant spool of just standard wire. That's really what I need. That would probably do the trick, but let's do this again anyway. Okay, so we're gonna... Oh boy, was I wrong. Yeah, it went the wrong way, huh? I thought it would do the other way, but it's the magnetic field in the iron that soaks it up, right? It doesn't let it go. If I had laminated cores, it might make it better, but since it's not laminated, did not. Alright, here we go. Huh. I actually got worse of a transfer that time. Maybe you just need better contact. Yep. Better contact was needed. Okay. So look, almost 70 volts. How can we make that better? The only thing we can do is make the resistance better. But let's try this. Let's try it with a lower voltage. Because, well, it's an air core. We're not saturating it, but let's just do it anyway. Let's go with half. So, go there. This is always right. Okay, here we go. Ready? Boom. Alright. So 35, so that's still exactly the same drop. So I honestly think that has to do with resistance. I'm 99% sure that has to do with resistance. I need a giant coil that has low resistance. Ow, freaking on. Okay. Well, that proves the point. The bigger the inductor, the higher the resistance, same problem. If we really wanted to, we could go with even a smaller wire over here, but I'm gonna mess with that. Or should I? Nah, I won't. Okay. So, we're gonna try this. I know this is crazy, but we're gonna try it. I'm just gonna use leads real quick. Actually, I've never used this coil for anything. It's just been pretty. I could probably get the full transfer if I use smaller capacitors. These are just too big. But here we go. Half the voltage is fine. So 33, about the exact same. Imagine that, isn't that cool? It's like a huge amount of conductor less, yet it transferred almost the exact same amount. Now watch this. I'm going to short out one of these coils on the inside, which is going to create a massive amount of eddy currents, and it should actually boost it even more. Well, wait, eddy currents might be the wrong way, but alright, let's try it anyway. Short this out, charge this up, and dump. Oh, look at that, impeded it a lot more. Interesting. So now, let's see if we can speed it up by shorting these in a certain way. Okay, there's another lead. I'm running out. Short this again. Turn this on. Charge this up. And dump. Boom. Oh, look at that. So now it's all going in the same direction, and it doesn't change anything. But if I flip two of these, it should slow it down to almost nothing. So watch this. Boop. Look at that. Dead flat. Perfect balance. It's like, you know what I created? I created a magnetic diode. Huh! How cool is that? Wait a minute. If I created a magnetic diode, right? Half and half. Let's boost this back up to 80. That's pretty cool. I made a magnetic diode. You know what that means? It means I could... Well, is it a diode? I guess it's more of a magnetic shunt than anything. Yeah, I made a current limiting coil almost, I guess. Well, anyway. Let's charge this sucker way up. Dump this one. And here we go. We should be 50-50. And boom! Nope, more than 50-50. So now we're hurting ourselves. So let's flip these around. It should make no difference. Like, it should boost it all the way up. It's acting like the iron. Okay, there we go. This, we're going to try 80 volts now. Okay, so we're going to take a measurement, and we're going to take all these off. Okay, we're going to take a measurement. Or we just leave the cursor there. Oh, about 47 volts. Do it again. Here we go. So that was much better. Now for fun, I'm going to try one of these micro coils. I don't know how to damage it, but it'll be alright. And that's fine, shorting stuff out. Alright, here we go. Yeah, what I expected. Okay! I'm going to go ahead and put my coils away. What time is it? 10:14, I should probably be quitting. So I need... I'll try one more thing. No, we just did that with that one. We proved it didn't help. I think. So I'm not going to worry about that. Well, tomorrow I'll get the biggest Wait, what is the biggest air inductor I have? Basically, it's just a coil of fresh wire, right? A coil of fresh wire on a spool is probably the best I'm gonna get for what I want to do. Okay, I'm gonna do a single dead short here. Oh, look at that! Huh. So what's the difference? That was just a wire. It had enough magnetic field built up in it, and the diode. So we're going to check that without the diode, because without the diode that shouldn't have happened. So watch this. There, see? So just by adding the diode, I'll be darned. Isn't that interesting? Just by adding the diode, even with a dead short, I still get that much transfer. Just because the diode blocks the little bit of magnetic field that was built up in this. Man, that makes me want to short this against a piece of iron. Like, literally. Check this out. So I'm gonna literally short this against this piece of iron. This will be fun. Okay, here we go. Huh! That acted as if the diode wasn't there. Okay, so now the diode with this wire, and look at that. So then ask yourself, how can I enhance? If a better dead short doesn't work, unless I didn't get it very on there, which might be the case. I had some resistance. Let's try it with a thinner wire. So this one's definitely thinner. Should have paused it, but about 50 something volts. About 50 volts out of my 80. And then this thicker wire, about 60. Oh wait, 70. Yeah, I just try to, well, I could use a thicker wire, but, oh, you know what I used? Stupid me. I used a piece of iron. I need a piece of brass or something. Silly me. Here, let's try this piece of brass. Of course the iron's not going to work. Alright, here we go. Nope, same result. Flatline. So, the copper seems to be happy. That is an interesting result, is it not? It proves something very valid. It proves that there's enough inductance within this wire. That one didn't even go up to 50 volts that time. There's enough inductance in this one wire to act as as an inductor to do the transfer. Look at that. Huh. I don't think I have a thicker wire. That's the thickest one I have. Well, take that back. It's just the easiest one I had access to. Here's an even bigger, thicker, longer, heavier dutier copper wire. That'll create. You know what? Let's wrap it up and create a little heavy duty inductor short here. See what happens. Alright, charged up. Try it again. Yeah, the wire does better. So check this out. If I leave the power supply connected, this guy should go way up and above. Let's see, if it's 60 volts, it should go up to 120 volts. Here we go. Boom! So where are we at? Yeah, okay. It only went to 92. If I use an inductor, it would be better. What will we use that had the best transfer? Okay, so we're going to get smaller capacitors. We'll do this again another day. I'm done for the day. I had fun. I learned a few things that I wanted to learn. Thanks for hanging out. I gotta go. I'm falling asleep. Need to take a shower. Other things.